y value is what? F of x. In the place of y, put f of x, divide by delta x on both sides and apply limit on both sides. First, they want you to differentiate x power n with respect to x using first principles. Differentiation of x with respect to x is n into x power n minus 1. F of x is root x. F of x plus delta x is root of x plus delta x. If you want to use first principles, first given function. So now we have learned two formats. d by dx of x power n is n into x power n minus 1. Same method we applied. Instead of n, we took half. Welcome to the session, dear students. In today's class, we are going ahead with a new chapter, that is differential calculus. With the basics of limits, whatever we have discussed in the calculus, we are going for the important chapter, that is differentiation. In today's class, I will be discussing one of the important concepts called first principles. So now, method of first principles. So first we have to derive all the formula to differentiate. To differentiate, we have to know what is method of first principles. In method of first principles, we will consider the given function y is equal to f of x and we will change or we will do increments. Delta x be small change in x and delta y be small change in y. Means this y becomes what? Y plus delta y and x becomes what? F of x plus delta x. Means whenever the function x increases by delta x, y also increases by delta y. So delta x and delta y be the increments in x and y. Now where delta x is what? Small change in x. When x changes, y also changes because y is what? F of x. So now we will take y plus delta y is equal to f of x plus delta x, rearrange, delta y becomes f of x plus delta x minus y. I am transferring y to this side, so it will become minus y, and all of you know what is y. So y is what? F of x. In the place of y, put f of x, divide by delta x on both sides. This divide by delta x on both sides, then you will get delta y by delta x is equal to RHS. So RHS what we have? F of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by what? Delta x. After that, apply limit delta x tends to 0 on both sides. So delta x is a small change in x which is near to 0. So limit delta x tends to 0, apply on both sides. So this will be read as dy by dx. Limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x is dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x. F of x divided by x. This is the formula for first principles. Do we need to derive every time? No. Directly we can use this skeleton formula. So I will repeat. First we took y is equal to f of x. This is the given function. For the given function, we will assume delta x is the increment in x and delta y be the increment in y. So y becomes y plus delta y, x becomes x plus delta x, and transfer y to that side to become minus y. Y value is what? F of x. In the place of y, put f of x, divide by delta x on both sides and apply limit on both sides. And remember, limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x, change in y by change in x is called as dy by dx, derivative, differentiation of y with respect to x. So this is the formula we wrote. So now to solve the problems, we will use this formula. So this is the formula of first principles. My dear students, in the whole context, I expect you people to become thorough with the first principle formula. We don't derive all the time with this whole format. Just they'll ask you to differentiate the function with respect to x using first principles. So then you should know the formula of first principles. What is the formula? dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x, f of x plus delta x minus f of x. dy by dx is limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by what? Delta x. This is the formula of first principles. What is the formula of first principles? dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. So first become thorough with the formula. Repeatedly throughout the session we will be using this formula. And I told you I have derived this. This is a derivation I have given. So in this derivation the final step is required. This is called as formula for first principles. What is the formula? dy by dx is limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x by x. Memorize this. This is the formula of first principles. What is the formula of first principles? dy by dx is limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. Memorize this, write and practice this. All of you, once you write this and become thorough with this, and no need to derive all the steps every time, just directly you can use it. Now, using this formula, we will derive derivatives. Now, differentiate x power n. They want you to differentiate x power n by method of first principles. What is the question? Differentiate x power n by method of first principle. This is the question. Let me solve this. So, let us assume y is equal to x power n, and y is also called as f of x. That is, f of x is equal to what? X power n. So, given function is function of x. So, we can say y is equal to x power n or f of x is equal to x power n. Then find f of x plus delta x. F of x plus delta x means change x to x plus delta x. In the place of x, put what? X plus delta x. It will become x plus delta x and power will be as it is, power n. First, they want you to differentiate x power n with respect to x using first principles. First, given function, they gave x power n, take it as f of x. That is the first step. What is the first step? Take f of x is equal to x power n. Second step, f of x plus delta x is x plus delta x power n. Now, by first principles, what is the formula of first principles, all of you? What is the formula of first principles? Dy by dx is exactly equal to limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. This is the method of first principles. What is the method of first principles? Dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. Write this formula. In every problem we will be writing. Now we will substitute. So, if you substitute, you will get dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0, limit delta x is tending to 0, and we have f of x plus delta x. F of x plus delta x is x plus delta x power n minus what you have, f of x. What is f of x? X power n divided by delta x. So, dy by dx is limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. Further, if you observe, in the place of delta x, if you put 0, this will become 0, it will become x power n minus x power n. Numerator becomes 0, denominator also becomes 0. What is meant by limit delta x tends to 0? In the place of x, delta x, put 0. You know limits. Suppose in the place of delta x, if you put 0, it will become 0 by 0. So, you should not get 0 by 0. So, that is why you have to convert it. We have learnt a theorem, limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a. What is limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a? N into a power n minus 1. So, we use this theorem to solve. So, this is the theorem. So, in this theorem, you can observe the base is x and a. Here also the base is x and a. So, we will try to make the denominator. So, here base is x plus delta x and x. Here we do not have x plus delta x and x. So, we will introduce. So, now I will convert it into standard form. So, limit delta x tends to 0, let it be x plus delta x power n minus x power n divided by, I will add and subtract x plus delta x, this is positive delta x minus x. I am adding and subtracting x, plus x minus x cancels, it will be delta x. For delta x, plus x minus x I have done, and I will group this, I will put a brackets for this. Now observe, it is in the form x power n minus a power n by x minus a. X power n minus a power n by x minus a is what? N into a power n minus 1, provided x should go to a, means the base, this should go to this. So, means here also add x on both sides. For limit delta x, add x on both sides. So, now I have, so we had limit x is tending to 0, numerator was x plus delta x power n we had, minus x power n we had, denominator we had x plus delta x minus x. So, now it is in the form x power n minus a power n by x minus a, but x should, this should tend to this. So, add delta x on both sides. X tends to is like is equal to, I taught you in limits. So, now add delta x on both sides. Sorry, this is delta x tends to 0, add x on both sides, add x on both sides. So, it will become x plus delta x tends to 0. that is x plus 0 plus x. 0 plus x is what? See, observe all of you, delta x is tending towards 0. Add x on both sides. If I add x on both sides, so it will become x plus delta x is x plus 0, or I can say x plus delta x tends to what? X plus 0 is what? X. This is the thing we'll do. The same thing if I do here, x and numerator is x plus delta x power n minus x power n divided by x plus delta x minus x. Now observe, it is in the form x power n minus a power n by x minus a. All of you know x power n minus a power n by x minus a can be written as n into a power n minus 1. N into a place is occupied by x, n into x power n minus 1. Hence the proof. So we got n into x power n minus 1. So therefore final answer you got, what is dy by dx? Dy by dx is n into x power n minus 1. Or what is y? So if you refer the past slide, y means given function. What is given function? Y is what? X power n. So in spite of y you can write x power n. So d by dx of, in spite of y I can write what? X power n. D by dx of x power n is n into x power n minus 1. This is the first formula. So what is differentiation? We call this as differentiation with respect to x. Differentiation of x with respect to x is n into x power n minus 1. Suppose, so now using first principles we derived. Later you should memorize again and again. We should not use the first principle to derive in problems. In problems for 1 mark and 2 mark, directly we can differentiate using this formula. So now let me summarize what I have done. So first they asked you to differentiate x power n by method of what? First principles. If they ask you to do by method of first principles, first remember the formula for first principles. What is the formula? Dy by dx is limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x, and take given function as f of x. So they gave x power n, take it as f of x, or y is equal to x power n, or f of x is x power n. F of x plus delta x becomes x plus delta x power n. Later then dy by dx is limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x, and in the place of f of x plus delta x, always given function is x power n, f of x plus delta x is in the place of x, change x plus delta x. So you got f of x plus delta x as well as f of x. In this formula, in the place of f of x plus delta x we have x plus delta x power n, in the place of f of x we have x power n. Then what you should do? Apply limit directly in the place of delta x. If you put 0, it will become 0 by 0. You know that when you apply limit you should not get 0 by 0. So what I should do? So what I should do is simple. I should make the bases same so that it will match the theorem. I wrote the theorem here. Limit extends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a is what? N into a power n minus 1. You have studied in limits. So therefore the base is x plus delta x and x. That base is missing in the denominator. So what we will do? Add and subtract x plus x minus x, and I will group it. Now you can see it is in the form x power n minus a power n by x minus a, and limit x delta x is tending to 0, add x on both sides. So x plus delta x tends to what? X. So now you can see it is in the form x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a. Answer is n into a power n minus 1. In the place of a we have x, so n into x power n minus 1. So we proved, or we got the formula for derivative of x power n. Differentiation of x power n with respect to x using first principle gives you n into x power n minus 1. Next question. Differentiate root x by method of first principle. Just now I told you first principles means what? First I should start with what? Let y is equal to root x. Y is also called as f of x. Given function I call it as f of x. What is f of x? Root x. Call it as equation 1. And find f of x plus delta x. What is f of x plus delta x? Just in the place of x put what? X plus delta x, and root will be as it is. F of x is root x, f of x plus delta x is root of x plus delta x. If you want to use first principles, first given function, so they gave root x, call it as f of x, and then find f of x plus delta x, then by first principles. What is the formula? By first principles, we know by first principles, what is the formula? Dy by dx. What is dy by dx, all of you? Dy by dx is limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by what? Delta x. This is the method of first principles. Now substitute the values. Limit delta x tends to 0. In this problem, what is f of x plus delta x? F of x plus delta is root of root of x plus delta x minus root x divided by delta x. Now observe this carefully. Limit delta x tends to 0 means what? In the place of delta x put 0. In the place of delta x put 0, it will become 0. Root x minus root x becomes 0 and this will also become 0. It will become 0 by 0. So directly we cannot apply limit. So now I have to simplify this. In order to simplify this, all of you know theorem. So now we are at the stage limit, we have delta x tends to 0, what we got? Root of x plus delta x minus root x divided by delta x. This is the format we got. Do you agree? So now I have to convert it into theorem. So we learned limit x tends to what? A x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a. If it is, answer is n into a power n minus 1. So therefore we will use that format. So limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a is n into a power n minus 1. Here you can see the base is x and a. So here the base is missing. So I will convert this to this form. So try to convert this to this standard form so that the problem can be easily solved. Now I will take limit delta x tends to 0, add x on both sides. If I add x on both sides, okay, next step. Now can I write it as x plus delta x? All of you know root means what? Power half. You know that root x means in mathematics it will be x power half. So like that root is there, I am writing it as what? Power half. Minus again I have root x can be written as x power half divided by we have delta x. So delta x I can write it as x plus delta x minus x. Add and subtract x. I am adding x and I am subtracting x. So x plus delta x minus x. So now we have done this. Later you can see it is in the standard form. Add x on both sides. I told you this tends to is like is equal to. So delta x tends to 0 means x plus delta x tends to 0 plus x is x. X plus delta x power half minus x power half divided by x plus delta x minus x. Now if you observe this, it is in standard form. It is in the form x power n minus a power n by x minus a. Answer is what? N into a power n minus 1. So it will become half into a is what? X power half minus 1. So that is half into x power, what is the LCM? 2, 1 minus 2, further half into x power minus 1 by 2 and rearrange, write it in standard form. So it will become half into x power half, a power minus m can be written as 1 by a power m, or I can say 1 by 2 root x. So we got the format. Therefore dy by dx is what? 1 by 2 root x. So dy by dx is 1 by 2 root x, or d by dx of root x is what? 1 by 2 root x. So now we have learned two formats. D by dx of x power n is n into x power n minus 1. Same method we applied. Instead of n we took half and we got the answer. Now differentiate a power x by method of first principles. They want you to differentiate a power x by method of what? First principles. So what is the first step? Take f of x as given function. What is given function? A power x. Then write f of a plus x, f of x plus delta x. What is f of x plus delta x? F of x plus delta x is a power x plus delta x. In the power we have x, so change x to x plus delta x on both sides. Now by method of first principles, all of you know, by method of first principles, dy by dx. What is dy by dx? Dy by dx is limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by what? Delta x. Now that is limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x means what? A power x plus delta x, a power x plus delta x minus a power x divided by what? Delta x. Now what is meant by limit delta x tends to 0? In the place of delta x put 0. If you put 0, this will become 0. It will become a power x minus a power x. A power x minus a power x is 0. It will become 0 by 0. So therefore we have a theorem again. So, we will convert it into standard form. So, now we are left out with dy by dx is equal to, we got limit delta x tends to 0, a power x plus delta x minus a power x divided by delta x. My dear students, in the place of delta x, if I put 0, suppose if I put 0, I will get a power x plus 0 minus a power x divided by 0. In the place of delta x, if I put 0, numerator is a power x minus a power x by 0, 0 by 0 you will get. All of you know, when you apply limit, you should not get 0 by 0. When you apply limit, you should not get 0 by 0, but when I am applying limit, I am getting 0 by 0. So, therefore, it is not correct. So, convert it into standard form. So, this is not accepted. Just I told you, directly if I apply limit, what happens? What happened? We got what? 0 by 0. 0 by 0 is what? Mathematical indeterminate. I taught you, whenever you apply limit, you should never get mathematical indeterminate. So, now we have a theorem. What is the theorem we have? So, limit x tends to a 0, a power x minus or we say a power x minus 1 divided by x is log base EA. A power means in the power, a power x minus 1 by x is log base EA. So, please observe this carefully. Please observe this carefully. In the power we have x, denominator x, here x. If it is the case, answer is log base EA. We will use that technique or we will reduce the problem to that form. So, now that is equal to limit delta x tends to 0. We will use law of indices. All of you know what is a power m plus n. I can write a power m plus n as a power m into a power n. All of you know theory of indices you have studied in the last year. So, a power m plus n, I wrote a power m into a power n. Now, in these two, what is common? A power x is common, take it out. So, limit delta x tends to 0, take out a power x common. If you take a power x common, it will become a power delta x minus 1 by delta x. Now, split this into product of two functions. If you split it into product of two functions, then it will become limit delta x is tending to 0, a power x separately, into limit delta x tends to 0, a power delta x minus 1 by delta x separately. See, all of you know properties of or algebra of limits. If you have product of two functions, you can apply a limit for each function, a power x into remaining part. So, for a power x separately, I will apply for this. So, what is meant by limit? Delta x tends to 0, in the place of delta x put 0. In a power x, we do not have delta x. So, limit delta x tends to 0, a power x is a power x. Now, limit delta x tends to 0, a power delta x by delta x. So, these three, if they are same, answer is what? Log base E A. So, by theorem. So, therefore, we got the value of dy by dx. What is the value of dy by dx? Value of dy by dx is a power x into log base EA. So, d by dx of a power x formula you got. What is d by dx of a power x? A power x into log A. By now, I have done 3 different functions first principles. Please revise this thoroughly and get the grip of first principles. One compulsory question you can expect for 3 marks. Let us summarize. In today's class, I started with first principles. What is the formula for first principles? So, the formula is dy by dx is equal to, I am writing formula for what? First principles. What is the formula for first principles? Dy by dx is equal to what? Limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. My dear students, this is a basic formula. All the problems in my next session also will be doing using the same format. In today's session also we use first principles. What is first principles formula? Dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. Then we use theorems today. So, what are the theorems we use? So, limit x tends to a x power n minus a power n is equal by x minus a can be written as n into a power n minus 1. Dear students, in the chapter called limit and continuity of a function, I taught you this theorem and also we applied. So, that is why become thorough in limits, then this topic becomes easy. And we also used one more theorem today, that is limit x tends to a or x tends to 0, a power x minus 1 by x can be written as log base EA. So, these are the important formats. By this I have summarized. see the slide summary and memorize these 3 formats and go back and solve all the problems by method of first principles. Today we have done 3 functions. So, write and practice these 3 functions, then the other things become simpler. So, in my next session I will go ahead with some more problems of what? First principles. Thanks for attending the session. I will see you in my next session. Thank you.